Lee Byung-chul, the founder of Samsung, explained that the Korean anja for the word Samsung means 3 stars. The star signified something that was eternal, while 3 was symbolic for big, numerous, and powerful. That is precisely the feeling you'll get when you take a tour of their headquarters called the Samsung Digital City, located in Suwon, just 30 kilometers south of Seoul, South Korea's capital. In fact, the multinational tech giant has buildings and developments in other nearby cities like Yeonjin and Hwaseong. Together, the space occupied by Samsung in these regions is referred to as Samsung Digital Valley. Our tour of the city revealed to us a similar work ethic like that of Silicon Valley. However, the level of care afforded to employees in the digital city is perhaps rivaled by no other company, and the effect of Samsung's presence to the locals is also a highly positive relationship. Welcome back to our channel. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video. Now, you probably know Samsung as one of the most recognizable and top cell phone manufacturers, and over the years they have proven to have earned that status through many of their sleek designs and innovations in the mobile phone industry, while some of their products have just straight up been the bomb. However, Samsung is much more than that. Samsung Electronics may be the largest information technology and consumer electronics maker by revenue, but other large affiliates exist too. For instance, Samsung Heavy is the second largest shipbuilding company. Samsung Engineering and Samsung C&T Corporation are 2 of the largest construction companies worldwide, while Samsung Life Insurance is the 14th largest insurance company in the world. So you can understand when the office space in Samsung Suwon headquarters alone covers 390 acres, almost 4 times as large as the Vatican, and similar in area to Monaco. Samsung Digital City is located in Suwon, which is the last completely walled city in the country. The wall is a UNESCO heritage site, and as a tourist attraction, it is the other reason besides the presence of Samsung in the city that draws so many foreigners to Suwon. During the Korean War, Samsung facilities in Seoul were so damaged that the Samsung founder, Lee Byung-chul, had to move from the capital city to Suwon in 1951. By 1969, the company would diversify its interests so Samsung Electronics could be born, and its headquarters, naturally, was fixed within the walls of the city and saved it from destruction. Eventually, with the growth of Samsung, the arrival of other subsidiaries and departments, and the effect of the companies on the lives and employment of the people in the city, Samsung Digital City has evolved to accommodate the explosive economic metamorphosis. In fact, 2 other cities now also house semiconductor factories for Samsung Electronics, Samsung Nano City in Yeonjin and Samsung Nano City in Hwaseong. Both cities are just a few kilometers from Suwon, and they reflect the fact that Samsung really has spread out its roots in South Korea like a tree from a little seed. Now, in Samsung Digital City, there are about 35,000 employees, 4 landmark towers, over 130 buildings that include labs, offices, recreational facilities, a guest house for visiting researchers, and other facilities in the city that cater to the large workforce. One of my favorites is the availability of over 150 teachers looking after the children of some of the employees. Because if you have 35,000 people in a large area, unless those 35,000 people are these guys, chances are that they have children amongst them. That's a very important step they've made, just like the resting rooms for employees with special treatments for pregnant women. Life is meant to be easy, and work is part of life, so it's great to see that you can easily transport yourself to 103 different destinations on any of the 500 shuttle buses in Samsung Digital City. But what does work look like in this place? Well, there's a MIMO chamber where Galaxy phones are tested. The MIMO, or multiple input and multiple output chamber, is where radio links like 4G LTE are experimented on. Speaking of connectivity and experimentation, the most feared internet connectivity, 5G, has its own testing space called 5G City. In 5G City, Samsung workers experiment on how to get the technology up and running for the things it would be useful for, like the Internet of Things, or IoT. IoT will create interconnected objects that will be able to exchange data wirelessly and do awesome stuff, like your fridge and your smartwatch conspiring to advise you from eating late at night and save your life. What a diabolical and despicable technology. There's also the anechoic chamber, which works to get the best conditions for the radio tests of Samsung Electronics. It does this by absorbing both sound and electromagnetic waves, thus eliminating every form of reverberation or echo and simulating an infinitely large room. The name anechoic is derived from the fact that the room lacks any echo. And you wouldn't believe the amount of work that went into the sounds for Samsung Electronics, because there's a whole team of music artists and producers working daily in the company's sound lab to develop even the tiniest of sounds that you get from a Samsung device. The voicing of Bixby, Samsung's virtual assistant, your chat notification, the sound of your air conditioner turning off, the sounds from your smart TV, name it. These guys have got it covered. The Digital City also has the Samsung Innovation Museum, where you can time travel through the rich history of innovation at the company since its inception in 1938. And there are also older objects from 270 years ago that will inspire anyone looking at them, as they basically tell the story of human ingenuity. This is the kind of inspiring environment that the employees work in. And there's more. Employees have access to free healthcare services like flu shots, dental treatment, physicals, and traditional acupuncture. It gets even more healthy as employees can engage in a variety of sports, with many sporting facilities like the 10 basketball courts, 4 badminton courts, 2 baseball diamonds, 3 soccer fields, and an Olympic-sized swimming pool. There are also over 650 employee clubs where workers indulge in once-in-a-lifetime fantasies like paragliding, or regular hobbies like photography. There are also many events, from rock concerts to a string quartet you'll bump into every now and then in the city's many open spaces. The most loved event is Family Day, where the entire Samsung Digital City gets turned into a theme park, and employees even ride around in go-karts and have fun with their friends and families. I'd be tempted to say that Family Day is the ultimate inspiration, but that would be food, and Samsung knows this as well. That's why they have a 4,000-seater cafeteria with almost 100 different delicacies on its menu. The company serves over 72,000 meals over the course of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And the food is the biggest inspiration, not just because it fills the bellies of the employees. It also fills the bellies of locals living around the towns of Suwon, Yeonjin, and Hwaseong. You see, serving 72,000 meals every day creates a large demand for foodstuff, which the local farmers are more than willing to supply. This is part of a long history of the company's positive influence on the country. Take, for instance, the fact that Samsung is considered as the major driving force behind the company's economic resurgence, also called the Miracle of Han River. Samsung and its affiliate companies are responsible for 1/5 of South Korea's exports, and the company's revenues have been estimated to be about 17% of the country's total GDP. Samsung C&T has a major hand in South urban development, building over 200,000 houses in the country since the 80s. The importance of the company's presence in the country cannot be overstated, but it can be summed in the way that a Washington Post headline once put it: "In South Korea, the Republic of Samsung." But we all know it goes beyond the borders of the land of the morning calm. Samsung is immense, and we can see how their attention to giving their workers the best in their digital city and digital valley has driven innovation and a brilliant work ethic that has helped them take over several sectors of industry in the world. I personally like Samsung's headquarters not just because it's awesome, but because any apples you see here are healthy, and the windows here are transparent. What do you think of this digital city? Where would you prefer to work other than here? Also, do you think Tesla's new Starbase City will give it a run for its money? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like. And check out more awesome ones on the Simply Tech channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.